When collecting retro video games, have you ever found a time where there's a game or a series you discovered that you knew nothing about, but when you did, it was way too expensive for you to collect? I certainly have. There have been many collections like that, and thanks to the team over at Retrobit Publishing, we are now able to play many of these great classics again for the first time to us, but these are games that have been out for years. Hey everyone, Gary here with Rock Solid Productions. Thanks for stopping by and checking out what we have going on here today. I think you will find it quite interesting. I certainly do here, especially for a collection that I'm not really familiar with, but I'm excited to learn about more with you. Now, we are talking about the Valis Collection, and this was something that was available on the Sega Genesis. Now, I say it wasn't available for the Sega Genesis, but it didn't really have very widespread distribution. In fact, it was something where over the years, more people tended to import it from Japan than actually went ahead and got the US version. And taking a look here at price charting, as you can see, the three different games loose, you're looking at $43, get out of here, Discover, $50 and $39 just for a loose cartridge. CIB are looking $238 for a complete in-box Set of Valis. Valis 3 is $117, and Valis the Phantasm Soldier is $227. And, well, you can see the cost right there for the sealed versions. Well, the team over at Retrobit Publishing, they're once again putting together a fantastic sort of collection with all three games, and we are going to take a look at them for you right now. Alright, so let's bring you up to speed with this franchise. Valis was created by Telecom Japan and made its mark in Japan thanks to the popularity of Japanese PCs such as the MSX and the PC-8801, and NEC's PC Engine CD or the TurboGrafx 16. In the West, however, home console markets exploded in the 90s. Within 2 years, the entire series was ported, albeit not in release order, to North America via Renovation, a publishing arm of Telecom Japan. Ubisoft had a multi-licensing agreement with Renovation to bring several titles to Europe, including the Valis series, but nothing ever materialized for power reasons. Today, however, the value of each of these Genesis and Mega Drive titles continues to rise, as I showed you. With more attention in the series of late, people are looking to capitalize on their loose or used copies. Those looking to purchase an officially licensed complete copy of any of the titles are looking, like I showed you, $100 to $200 each in North America, and more so for any of the disc system games. Up next, Valis the Collector's Edition, where Yuko Ahso had just finished a long day at school when a freak storm began pouring rain, just like in her dream the night before. She then encounters her classmate Riko, who leaves behind more questions than answers. Suddenly set upon by a monster, Yuko manifests a sword in her hand, much to her surprise, to defeat her foe. She tries to go home, but finds the entire city has been beset by demons. Armed with the Sword of Valis, Yuko must fight off the dark forces of King Ruggles across 7 action-packed stages and protect the Phantasm Jewel of Queen Valia. She will need to master the Mystic Blade as well as magic spells to defeat each one of the Dark Lords. Does she have it in her to save both worlds from the encroaching darkness? Now, this is the Sapphire cartridge for both the Genesis and the Mega Drive. It includes a full-colored manual redone for this release. Reversible cartridge inlay sleeve features the Japanese and North American artwork, exclusive art featuring Yuko, Riko, and more, and an individually numbered certificate of authenticity. This one individually is $49.99. It only took a few years for the follow-up Mugen Senshi Valis 2, also known as Valis 2, to be released in 1989 and was developed by Riot, a subsidiary of Telenet Japan. It debuted on the PC Engine CD in Japan and was also released on the MSX and other consoles. This game follows the events after Ruggles' death at the hands of Yoku, such as why she was the chosen one, the rise of Ruggles' brothers, Megas, and the latest danger to befall the Dream World. A remake for the Japanese Mega Drive was released in 1992 and called SD Valis, SD standing for Super Deformed, referring to the chibi art style. In North America, the game was renamed to Set of Valis, Super Yuko Deformed, and this would use the cover art from the Shigeru 92 Nekagari Tendi. This revision of the sequel was a bit more lighthearted in its presentation, plus it gave Yoku access to different outfits and weapon attacks, each with their own stats. This allowed for a bit of customization on the fly to deal with the various threats throughout the game. Mugen Senshi Valis 3, also known as Valis 3, was developed originally by Lasersoft for the PC Engine and released in 1990. A year later, a version for the Genesis and Mega Drive was developed by Riot and released in 91. This third outing is very similar to another third outing of a different series, Castlevania. Similar to Dracula's Curse, the player can cycle through 3 playable characters: Yuko, Valna, her sister and master of magic, and Cham, a Dark World rebel warrior. This version added more story cutscenes, but some levels were removed. Instead, an entirely new level was added and boss fights were also improved. Yuko teams up with Cham and her sister Valna to take on King Glamis, who is moving to conquer all of the worlds. The Dark World itself is collapsing and he has machined his minions to conquer Earth and the Dream World to claim victory where the previous Dark Lords had failed. Each character has unique attacks and spells that you'll need to master in order to traverse 9 challenging stages. Once again, this includes a full instruction manual that is done in color, a reversible box and sleeve with embellished slipcover, exclusive premium art cards and certificates of authenticity, and will be available for $49.99 in a Yoko Amber cartridge. So what do you think of this collection? This is something that I think is really, really neat and something that, I love these re-releases that Retrobit does. It allows me to play games that I may have missed out on in the past, or that, they're way cost prohibitive to get into and invested in now. So let's take a look at some of the FAQs as well, because there's some important stuff to kind of go through here. Where and when can you pre-order the Valis Collection? Well, the pre-order is open right now at the time of this recording. If you are seeing this, you can pre-order this. So it is available basically from October 20th, 2022 through November 27th, 2022. Independent retailers that pre-order will also carry limited quantities after it is released. So if you have a favorite local store that you like to go to, like for example, I go to Live Action Games here in Champaign, Illinois, because I enjoy picking on Adrian. Because they are a great store. He will have a limited release of this, but I'm also going to order this online as well. In addition to that, there are no regional differences in terms of what is included. You can get online, you can get this through CastlemaniaGames.com, limited run and participating independent video game stores. Like I mentioned, Live Action Games will have this. In Europe, Strictly Limited, Dragon Box Shop, and Spellosant will also have it, and more online retailers will be announced. So what's included in the release? And this, as this is a collection of 3 titles, those who purchase the entire collection will receive a masterpiece or a master slipcase, an acrylic stand featuring the trio from Valis 3, as well as each of the 3 games themselves. Each game comes packed in a replica Genesis or Mega Drive clamshell case that features a reversible inlay cover with alternate artwork, a full colored instruction manual, art card, and an individually numbered certificate of authenticity. Is this the same collection that is on the Switch? This is an entirely separate collection, separate from other Valis collections. None of the work between other releases were shared, and fans can expect the quality and attention detail that we have continued to offer for each of their previous releases. How many of these will be made? The certificate has a number on it. What's the limited total? The number of certificates sample is just a placeholder. The total number will depend on the amount of pre-order during the ordering window. So let's say, for example, that you have 5,000 people go ahead and pre-order. Your number will be between 1 and 5,000. If 500 people order it, it'll be between 1 and 500. So that is what you will see there. Will there be another reprint? Like all of our other titles, there will be an open pre-order window for a limited time. There are no plans to reissue this collection again in the future. Will other Valis titles get a release as well? Well, we are excited about future consideration for other titles. We have not announced any plans at this time. Let's see. Will this be available for download or on other consoles? This is a physical re-release of the Sega-specific Genesis and Mega Drive cartridges. We currently do not, and we, meaning Retrobit, do not have any plans to release it in any other form. I know there were Super Nintendo versions of this collection. This is strictly talking about for the Sega Genesis and the Master or Mega Drive. Let's see what consoles play this cartridge. It is compatible with North American Sega Genesis consoles, PAL Mega Drive consoles, and most third-party consoles that are able to run Genesis and Mega Drive cartridges. Due to the shape of the cartridge, it will not fit into a Japanese Mega Drive console. One thing that I will pretty much be able to confirm for you is that it will more than likely fit into a JVC XI. Hi Chris over at Game Dad. Hi Jay over at Square Pegs. I don't know if you know this, but I have a JVC XI. Getting back to the press release here. What voltage is used on the chip? Always got to troll those guys. Uses a 5-volt chip to retain your console's performance and will not damage your console. Are the pin points beveled? Yes, the insert points are beveled and the edges are rounded to allow for proper insertion without damaging the pins in the cartridge slot, so that's important. Is it region-free? Like our prior releases, this game is region-free, which I don't always understand why this next question is on there, because region-free also means PAL since it's a region. Will this run on 50 hertz on PAL? This game is multi-regional. It can run at 60 hertz or 50 hertz for PAL, Europe, and Australia. What are the differences between the original releases and these? All licensing has been updated in all 3 titles. So all that means is it will have the original copyright and everything on there, and it'll also have Retrobit, probably 2022, somewhere on there on the title screens. All licensing has been updated. Additionally, players can expect to see these changes. For Set of Valis, several portions of the game that still had Japanese text have been translated into English. This includes the game over, end screen, and the credits. Valis 3, the music test has been unlocked after previously only being available in the Japanese versions. If you press and hold A, B, C, and start on the title screen, you can view that sub-menu. So that's basically all of the FAQs. I always love when we get new games from Retrobit. They do an amazing job. You know, I love all of them that I have from them to this point. I mean, starting back with, all the way back with Holy Diver and, Super R-Type and the Mega Man and Wily Wars collections and more and more and more. These are absolutely wonderful, and I love being able to play these on my system. Now, like they mentioned, these will be available through CastlemaniaGames.com. I will have a link down below to the CastlemaniaGames.com website, where if you scroll down below here in featured products, at least at the time of this posting and recording in October of 2022, it is right here. Here's the Valis Collection, the Phantasm Soldier Valis, Set of Valis, and Valis 3. And here you can see everything that is in here again that comes with it. And one of the things I do want to show you, because this is really, really neat looking. Check that stand out. Can I open that? I believe I can open that in a new window. I cannot. Can I do it? No. Okay. So check out that display stand and everything. It holds it at different angles. Very, very cool. Really, really neat looking. Here's a look at everything that comes in the box. Again, you get the 3 cartridges. You get the outer shroud with it and everything like that. And this is one of the cool things is you can actually do payments on here as well. He does have his pay system on here set up through Shop Pay, which is really, really convenient. I've actually used it myself. And here again is the pre-order window notice, available from October 21st, 2022 through November 27th for pre-order. Coupon codes likely to be disabled on this. Pre-order ship dates are estimates and subject to change. It is estimated to ship in spring of 2023. Just something to be aware of on here. And then again, he does have all 3 individual games listed as well, that if you want to check out and learn, or say that you have 2 out of the 3 or 1 out of the 3 and you just want to pick up the other 2, you can do that for the money, for the investment. This is one of those things that Retrobit really goes above and beyond to provide you with just really awesome quality. There you take a look at the artwork some more. There's the Japanese artwork and everything. Gotta love the different colors on the cartridges too. They did that with Mega Man, the Wily Wars, and some of the other titles that they have come out with. Really just, it's one of those. I mentioned earlier that I have not played any of this series myself yet, but I'm looking forward to it, and that is something that I will go ahead and we will have an unboxing and review here on the channel. So do me a favor, I will stop hitting the microphone hopefully, but hit that subscribe button. That way when we do come out with our full-blown unboxing and review, you are kept the most informed and up to date. Let me know down in the comments too. Do you have any of this collection? Have you played this collection? Have you heard of this collection? It's really neat to see stuff like this coming to the States. Now, if you do want to see some of the videos that we've done on some of their other collections, I mentioned Mega Man, the Wily Wars quite a few times here, Holy Divers, Super R-Type, and more. Those videos are coming up for you right now.
Thank you so much for watching this episode. If you want to help support Rock Solid Productions and be a part of our community, there's a number of different ways you can do so. First and foremost, join us over on our Patreon page or become a channel member here on YouTube. By joining through either one of those methods, you get early access to just about all of our video content, exclusive content, and a whole lot more. We also give you shout outs at the end of each and every one of our videos. You can also pick up some awesome Rock Solid Productions swag. We've got t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, and more available through our Teespring store on screen right now too. You can also pick up some of our awesome 3D printed cartridge stands, amiibo holders, Nintendo DS holders, and more by visiting our 3D printer store on screen right now as well. Links for everything will be down below in a pinned comment. If you want to stay up to date with everything we have going on here at Rock Solid Productions, make sure that you're following us on the different social media networks. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/RockSolidProductions, Instagram at instagram.com/RockSolidProductionsGK, and Twitter at RockSolidStudios. If you're looking to pick this and other retro and modern gaming accessories up, make sure that you head on over to CastlemaniaGames.com. He has a feature over there called Castle Cash, where the more you spend, the more you earn towards future purchases, and Castle Cash is just like cash. He also offers convenient payment plans for more expensive items over $50. Finally, make sure that you use promo code ROCKSOLID10 when you're shopping at CastlemaniaGames.com, as it can save you up to 10% on most items on the website. Again, thank you for watching this episode, and I cannot wait to see you again soon.